Hey, I'm Brian from IFA 2019 and this is the Motorola One Zoom, the newest addition to Motorola's One lineup of smartphones that has recently gotten some pretty good reviews. It's also definitely the highest end variant of the Motorola One family and the most expensive one. But let's start with the standout feature of the Motorola One Zoom, its camera. The main sensor is the same 48 megapixel one we've come to know and love from phones like the OnePlus 7 Pro. In addition to that, you also get a 16 megapixel wide-angle camera with a 117 degree field of view, as well as an 8 megapixel 3x telephoto lens. If all of this sounds very familiar, then that's because it's very similar to the OnePlus 7 Pro, so hopefully the photos will also turn out similarly as good. In addition to these three cameras, you do also get a 5 megapixel depth sensor for better bokeh. This camera system definitely seems like a pretty compelling package and can hopefully also compete with some of the higher end phones out there. Below that camera array on the back, you also have a glowing Motorola logo that can either be always on if you want, or it can also show you notifications by lighting up when you get them. And I know what you're thinking, that camera hump on the back looks pretty hideous, but this is one of those phones that you have to see in person in order to appreciate its design. It really doesn't look too bad in person. And the three colors that are available are also all basically gray. They just have some sort of tint to them and are not as obnoxious as they seem in pictures. And you might notice that there's no fingerprint sensor on the back. That's because it's under the screen on the front, which is definitely very nice to see at this price point. That display is a 6.4-inch Full HD AMOLED panel with a notch, and a pretty minimal bezel design, but I would think that it would have looked better with the hole punch that the other Motorola One phones had. But this isn't too bad either. Inside the phone is a Snapdragon 675 octa-core paired with 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, so pretty mid-range overall. You do get a 4000 mAh battery that should hopefully last throughout more than a day, and it charges with 18-watt turbo power. The phone is unfortunately not water resistant, only splash proof, but the back is made out of glass and not plastic like previous Motorola One phones. You also do get USB 3.1 Type-C and a headphone jack, but something I do not understand at all is that the phone doesn't have NFC. In times of mobile payments, this is just a huge bummer and something I don't really understand how it made sense for them. The phone will be available starting this month and it will cost 429 euros. That's a bit higher than the other phones in the Motorola One range so far, and honestly a bit higher than I would have expected, but for what you get, I don't think it's that bad of a price tag. Overall, I'm pretty excited to test this phone out fully because it pairs everything we come to know and love from Motorola with a hopefully very great camera. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content from IFA 2019. Apart from that, you know which buttons to press, and don't forget to press that follow button on Twitter. I'm Brian, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.